So I've been pondering a way to kind of permanently install my Yaesu FTM 300 and 891 radios in my car. The bodies, they've just been sitting in the back of the truck, and every time I turn, they move all over the place, and I didn't want to drill anything into the car, so I'm sitting here in the shack thinking, what the heck can I use to mount these things? And I'm thinking, well, should I just get a piece of wood? And I'm like, I don't want a piece of wood, that looks ugly. And then I'm looking around the shack, and the answer is literally hanging on my wall. So I went to Home Depot and bought this. This is one of those floating shelves that you see behind me when I'm in the shack that has all my HTs, and I have another one of these with a TV on it with my Geochron. And it's black, or black enough so it'll match my black carpet and my black radios. So I am gonna mount my radios onto this, and this was like $10, not even, I think it was like $8 or $9, something like that. And what a perfect way to mount this, so I can just kind of slide it in the truck underneath the seats. And you know, I suspect it'll probably still move around a little bit, but at least the radios won't be moving around and banging into one another. So we're gonna go ahead and install this and put it in the truck. So come along with me, won't you? So I'm gonna put the 300 here and the 891 here, but I've gotta be careful to space this. If I wanna take this out, I'll have just enough room to get it out with the 891 there. And I know I dog on Yaesu a lot, but this mount is probably the smartest thing they've ever done. This is just fantastic. There's just a little tab here that you pull up and the radio slides in and out. That's freaking sweet. So now I've just marked here, which you can't see, where the bracket should go, but then we've got to center it for our OCD. And this is about 24.5 centimeters wide, so 12.25 centimeters should be our center, which pretty much lines up right there. I'm happy with that. Put a couple little pencil jobbies there. Good enough. And same thing with the 891 bracket. And that looks good enough for government work. All right. Now we can get our square and make sure that it's nice and, well, square. And then for hardware, I'm not using the hardware that came with the radios in terms of like the bracket screws. I've just got these little screws and washers out of my just parts kit, basically. So I'm just gonna use these because the other ones are too long. So let's see if we can screw this up. All right, that's good. One more. This is just cheap particle board too, so we don't want to overdo it. All right, that should be good. And then we'll do the same thing with the FTM 300 mount. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's gone forever. These things can roll far. Quick and dirty, just the way I like it. Now the 891's bracket is not as cool as the 300's bracket, so we've got to use these little screws, but it just drops into place there. And of course it doesn't fit, you got to lift it up a little bit, get it in these middle holes here that my hand is blocking. We'll do both of the back ones first. Then we can raise the front up. And this is actually good because this will give air underneath the radio too, because it's not sitting right on the bottom. And that's the last one there. And then we can just tighten these up. And the 891 is done. And then the FTM 300 is now done, just like that. So now I can just slide this whole assembly in, connect our radios back. Here's the mic for the 891. Here is the control head and the power poles for that. I still haven't figured out power, and I still don't have an antenna for this yet, but it's coming soon. And then for the 300, plug in our microphone cable and the control head and our, where is it? Our speaker, coax, and power. And that, there it goes, just powered on. And that is installed. Subscribe to Ham Radio Tube for more helpful tips. 73.